When it seems like all is lost. When it feels as if you have no hope. When you are outnumbered, overpowered, and they've got you cornered. That's when you realize your last best hope is you.
Oh, look at that. My last best hope is me.
Oh, isn't that nice? Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Yeah. I screwed up the cameras. Hey, everybody. Hello, and welcome back to Play Retro. That's right. This is Play Retro, your home of retro game talk. I'm one of your hosts, Scott Johnson, and I'm the master chief. Anyway, my job is to ride my cool cyber tank all the way over from the canceled PC game to the console exclusive and weather the hate of FPS fans of the early aughts. I later take out my little blue lady and ask her inappropriate questions. At least till the flood comes again.
Oh, the flood. Cortana. What is the flood?
Yeah.
Hey, and I'm your other host, Brian Dunaway, and is a space Spartan who has just awoken from cryo sleep where I have been slumbering in my Hammer of Thor armor. I can't say the other word. I don't know how to pronounce it. Gosh, it's hot. I only have one question. What's up? Oh, is that not still a thing? Cryo sleep. All right. Second question. Little Spartan's room? I've been holding it for a minute.
Yeah, you have.
Does he ever get out of that outfit? Does he ever get out of the Majorn? How do you say Majornir? How do you say the Thor Hammer of Thor?
I don't know. Majornin? Are you talking about Mjolnir? Is that the one? Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah, that's it. I can never remember how to say it. Even when I write it, I always say it wrong.
Right.
I could never pick up the Hammer of Thor because of that. So I pulled a Porky Pig.
Yeah.
But the Hammer of Thor.
The Majoran sounds like a medicine they're trying to sell me on Fox or something.
Right.
Well, anyway, we are talking about the great Halo, 24-year-old Halo. Yeah, that's right, 24 years old.
4 years old, man.
Yeah.
Halo is great.
Yeah, it's retro now. And in fact, by our count, it's retro plus 4 years. So perfectly fits within our discussion parameters. But before we get to all that, let's talk about some of the stuff going on this week. I found a really great way to convert a bunch of old audio tapes.
Oh,
So
is it inserted into one of those old answer machines and then output that to some RCA cables and
kind of not that far from the case. Not actually too far, but I'll show you here. I got a whole little setup. So for those kids at home who are like, what are cassettes? I'm sure most of you don't know because there's iconicness to them, but
yeah, they're starting to making a comeback, right?
Yeah, you can always tell
irony.
You can always tell I have one because I'm going. That's how you can hear them.
Yeah.
Anyway,
gotta loosen those reels up a little bit.
And I have stacks of these, and they all have various forms of nothing on the labels.
Scott?
What?
Did you hear Scott just brag? He's got stacks on stacks.
Yeah, I got stacks. Let it rain, or whatever you do. I have tons of these. Most of them are blank labeled because I was not very organized when I was younger, and I didn't write a lot of stuff on here. But some do, and some will say, "Hey, this is that party, and you should, whatever." So I have all this old tape. I have a feeling, as much as they're all still playing, none of these have fallen apart yet.
Yeah,
there's no way there's much more life on these. They degrade over time. The sound will degrade, but also the tape itself is going to fall apart and be shit. So I finally said, what?
It's
enough
magnets,
of this.
Right? It's all magnets.
So I thought instead of letting these things die on the vine and not be able to get off of them, whatever is there, if it's valuable to me at all, and a lot of it's not, I check them, and if it's crap, like one of my dad's self-help tapes or something, I just chuck it. I don't need it. But if it's something I recorded over, it could be a self-help tape on the front, but if you actually put it in, it's like me and a friend talking about Dr. Demento in junior high. I want that stuff, right?
Yeah, you take your dad's self-help tape that he listened to once, maybe half a time, and you take some Scotch tape and you put that over the little safety tab.
That's right.
It should be there, and you record something new, something good.
Bingo bongo. Actually, what I'm going to do, though,
bango,
is I'm not even going to do that. I'm going to chuck all these tapes, but before I do, I'm going to transfer them and digitally back them up. So I bought this thing on Amazon called the Klim. Here it is, the Klim.
I think they have something for that. you got a bad case of the Klim?
Yeah. Doctor says I got the Klim.
That actually looks like a Sony Walkman almost. It's got like a Sony Walkman vibe.
Yeah. It's a nice little, it was cheap. I want to say this
it's cheap. I mean, it is no Sony Walkman, but it's kind of vibing off that curved edges. And
this cost me, I think, $24 maybe at the Amazon there. what's nice about it is it has built-in lithium-ion batteries, so it works like a modern device, USB-C charging, all that. If I wanted to make it portable, not why I bought it, though. I just have it plugged in because I'm just using it for transferring. And then I got this super cheap, I think this was $8, this little dongle that is essentially USB-A on one side, and then off to this little indicator blinker thing in the middle, and then out to either RCA or a 3.5 millimeter stereo, and which is the one I'm using. And you just plug that in there, plug it into your PC or Mac, use your recording software of choice, and bam, Bob's your uncle. You record all these, or you transfer these tapes. Now you have to do them.
Uncle, but you recorded over him.
You do have to do them. You have to sit there and play them. There's no like quick way of doing it.
Yeah,
you
it's
play
like a fast forward. You used to could do that. Do you remember Fast Dub? Do you remember that on?
No, I don't remember that. What was that?
Yeah. I used to. Well, for a while we all had the jam boxes, and a lot of those jam boxes would sell 2 to 4 bays, right?
Yeah.
So you'd have like 2 or 4 cassette bays, and you could do speed dubbing, which would basically just play, just make both of them, the tapes, the recording side and the play side, play faster. You could monitor and listen, but you usually wouldn't. You would usually have it turned off. But yeah,
that would make sense if you could record and play at the same speed at a higher speed, and then that would make your archive move faster, but then play it normal whenever you're done.
Right.
In this case, I'm taking it to, digital files, waves, I think is what I saved them all this stuff as. And there's no like automated thing. I'm using software I use for a lot of show production, but basically plug it in, hit play, turn up the volume a little bit. I listen as I go. It's kind of cracking me up. I'm like, oh my gosh, what a nerd I was in high school. But it turns out I used to run around. I know a lot of people can compare or have a similar story to me, but tapes, this was like magic. This was content creation in the 80s. Running around the house, making fake radio shows, doing dumb voices, goofing on your family, whatever you were doing with these things. That's what this was for me anyway. And so these are like kind of invaluable as I've been going through these. So now I've got this really great, digital backup of it all. And if these all die, that's fine now because I have it.
That's right.
But I got a whole box here to go through. It's a ton. A whole bunch, Brian. Come over to my house and help me do these.
I will do it, man. I'll bring over, like I said, I will do some speed dubbing. Don't think I won't. I'll turn that thing up. I'll crank it up. Yeah. I also have one of those cassette player things. Now I just had, it has a headphone out, and I just had a cable that I went straight from, just lined it out to my PC. So
that works.
I think mine's super cheap though. But once again, it's also rechargeable like yours is. I think I got mine off one of those cheap Chinese sites.
Alibaba or something.
That you can use to get stuff shipped really cheap. But yeah, I didn't spend much. I think it was actually like $2 or something. It was crazy cheap.
One of these tapes. So here's a good example, and this is how it ties into retro gaming. This one right here, February 4th, 1989. I labeled it Side A equals me. Usually what that tells me is I was sending tapes back and forth with somebody who didn't live around here. I said this on some other, maybe it was TMS, but basically it was like turn-based Skype back then. Turn-based Skype.
Yeah.
Because you would record your side, send in the mail, they'd record their side. That's how you communicated without exorbitant phone bills. Anyway, on side B of this, it's not labeled, or actually it says you with giant exclamation points. But it's all like,
because you were sending instructions to the individual as well. This is me and you. And then they got it and they were like, me. Okay, I recorded the me side.
Yeah.
Because I'm me.
Because they're dumb and you have to explain everything to them. If it's
or they're confused because they don't understand they live in a Scott-centric world where me means Scott.
Yeah. But here's the weird bit. The side where I said this is me is me. It's me in 1989. Yeah. The others, and I'm not playing shit of this on the show, by the way. It's all very embarrassing. But the other side,
I know. I have tons of camcorder footage of me and my friends just hanging out and being in 1989. Cool.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. On the back of this, though, where it should have been somebody else, and I was actually excited to find out who, because I didn't know who it would be.
Right.
Nope. I recorded me putting I put the tape recorder up next to the speakers of all the arcade machines that were in the house.
Oh my God, that is amazing.
Yeah, so I have like me going,
dude,
test sounds for like Pac-Man or test sounds for Galaga or whatever.
Dude, that is awesome.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. But
can we share that with the patrons?
This is one I haven't transferred yet, but I could.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I absolutely
dude.
could share it. Yeah, I don't mind sharing that.
Yeah, this or screw them to send it to me. I want to.
But just imagine, I mean, it's a weird, authentic record of the actual machines of the era, you know?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
by 89, you know, a lot of these games were considered old by then, but
Right.
that's what we had. So that's what I was recording because I was weird.
No, you're not weird. You hadn't found your outlet yet.
Yeah.
You were digging around. You was looking.
Yeah. And I got all
Yeah.
kinds of these. Who knows what else is in here? I got Dr. Demento recordings. I got,
Right.
oh my gosh, I have shit like, I have 2 tapes that are nothing but David Letterman segments. That I would
that's amazing.
I would
Was
record,
it top 10 stuff?
That's sometimes, but I would record that stuff the night before and then take it to school so I could sneak my earphones in. I had the little
Yeah.
wraparound ones, and I would listen to my
all
Walkman in
did,
school
Scott.
and piss my teachers off. So,
Scott, get that off your head.
Yeah,
Pay attention.
Kids
Be
today,
present.
they either have to grow your hair out long to hide your earbuds,
Right.
or you have to get your earbuds painted something less than the bright white ones or whatever.
Flesh colored.
Yeah. So it looks just like a tumor, and the teacher's afraid to say
Flesh.
anything. Because now we just sue for everything, you know?
That's right. Sue. We're a Sioux nation.
Yeah.
Is that might be offensive?
It might be. I'm offended. I'm offended by what you've just said. KT Data just said by 89, I was 1 year old. There you go. Look how long
There
ago
you
this
go.
was. Yeah.
Jeez, you're old, KT Data. Jeez.
I guess that would have made me about 19.
You were born in the last
18.
century. Jeez.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Anyway, love this shit back in the day.
Loved it.
Anyway, wish me luck. I got a whole box to go through these. Brian, what'd you get up to this week in your retro life?
Well, Scott, as usual, I like to take a little small trip to our thrift store. And this week, I found a Blockbuster.
Yeah.
That's right. I found myself a Blockbuster. And I already have Under Siege. And I don't really need Under Siege 2. But for those listening, right now I'm showing Scott my beautiful yellow Blockbuster previewed collection cassette tape that I found at the thrift store, and I only got it because of the box. Now, $16.99 was the price back in '96 if you wanted to purchase this Under Siege 2 from Blockbuster Previewed Collection. Add it to your home library, and I'll probably never play it, but I just wanted to share big hits at Blockbuster Savings.
Yeah.
Because this is a previously viewed video.
Where'd you
Add
find
it
this
to your
again?
personal
How'd you
collection.
find it?
This was just at the thrift store, and so I saw the box, and I was like, oh yeah, that if nothing else will make a very fine addition to my collection of cool stuff.
That is
I think
absolutely wild that someone's just got that out there. That's weird.
a dollar.
Chat says, was it stolen? I mean, maybe it was. I don't know.
It was. Somebody hopped in their hot tub time machine. And right from night they ripped it right away from that time period and came straight to it. And also, here's my cool Xbox. Look at that white Xbox that I played the
white
Halo
Xbox
on this week. So I had some success there, but also a little continuation, just a little follow up on my story about my Sony Triniton that I picked up and that I'm working on.
Now, is it Triniton or Trinitron?
Trinitron. I think it's Triniton, but I always say Trinitron. I always say it the wrong way.
I think it's Trinitron, I thought. Isn't it?
You're probably right. Trinitron. I always say it wrong. I
Like
always
Tron,
put R.
Tron.
I either put an R in there or take an R out, and I never can remember. But I'm pretty sure it's a Tron.
You're right. It's a Tron.
Tron's in
Trinitron. There we go. Found
Trinitroni.
it. Yeah.
There you go. All right. So here's the remote. You'll notice everything is flapping off of it. That's not how it arrived, but the reason why it's flapping like that is because I had to take it apart because I put some batteries in it to fire it up. And also, by the way, I got this off eBay, by the way. I was trying to get one that would match. Look at that. It got a nice little sticker in there. Don't want to take the sticker off there. That meant something to somebody.
Sure.
So I don't want that little child to come back and haunt me. They're probably still alive. Probably still, I hope. So anyway, I did that and I put some batteries in it and I didn't get anything, no lights or anything. So I pulled the board out and come to find out, somebody had let a battery explode, and I guess they just kind of pulled it out, cleaned it out the best it could, but it ate up. I don't know how well you can see this or not, but it just ate up the circuit board. So I'm going to try to make sure that all the traces are good and resolder a couple of places and just see if it will give me anything. I don't know if it will or not, but hey, I tried.
Damn, dude.
I tried, but yeah, that's the risk. That's the risk you take when you order off eBay used. There's some modern versions, but I need to get into the maintenance menu on the TV, and that's a key combination that sometimes is not programmed in on these, aftermarket later models or whatever. So I'm going to see what I can do with my Trinitron.
Yeah. That's awesome though. I love it.
Yeah.
You are continuing down the path of my favorite junk collector in my life. You know what I mean?
And the good news is, if I can get this thing working, it's actually going to free up some junk space. Because one of the reasons why I was collecting a lot of these, Sanyos and RCAs and all these other TVs is I didn't really have any nostalgia for most of the TVs I pick up because there's so many different brands out there. Every once in a while, I'll hit upon one that was like one that I had, and I'll keep that. But the other ones were just kind of like, I don't know a lot about each one of these, how well they did with video games. There were some things that in the later years of CRTs they were doing that actually made the 8 and 16-bit game systems look crappy because of the way they were trying to sharpen things for modern signals at the time. And so I just been kind of slowly going through each one, researching each one, seeing how many hours, or kind of guessing how many hours maybe the TV, maybe it's a little dim because it's been ran too many. Because CRTs have a real life. I mean, you can only burn them for so much. They're like a light bulb in that way. They just, there's only going to be so much life in those things before they just kind of degrade and die. But this will hopefully free up some room.
Yeah.
If I can get this one working. It's still pretty bright.
I look forward to the eventual documentary about you and your problem.
My problem, me living inside of a CRT case. It'll be great.
Yeah,
I will be the TV.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I think that's going to be special.
I'll let people walk by and press remotes, and I'll reenact all the classics from TV.
As well, you should.
Yeah.
Well, excellent. That's fantastic news. Let's get into what's going on this week, you guys. We have a game that is considered one of the greatest of all time. Maybe there's arguments to be had that it got a little squandered over the years, recent years, that is to say. But boy, howdy, when it hit, it was a big deal. But it was also kind of a controversy. Tuck in. This is a big one.
Shall we play a game?
We shall indeed. We are here to talk about combo. Halo.
Combos. I like pizza flavor myself. You're a cheddar cheese kind of guy yourself?
That's a good retro topic, though.
It is.
I looked at Combat and Halo together, and I said combo like an idiot. Halo Combat Evolved 2001, the Xbox, the OG Xbox, not your janky ass 360.
Not your Red Ring of Death 360. That had a Halo as well.
That was a great.
It didn't have a combo Halo, but it had a Halo as well.
Halo 3 was. I still think Halo 3 is my favorite Halo, but whatever. I can see that. Could argue that all
We're going to get into all that soon. We'll
get into all the Halos, but let's talk about Halo 1. Now, this game, when it started, here's the deal. It comes out, or the news is that Bungie's working on this awesome new shooter, and we start seeing screenshots and magazines and all this, and I was told that it was coming to PC because PC is where I was spending all my time, and Quake 2, Quake 3, and eventually, the Half-Life and the whatnot, all these shooter, PC-centric shooter stuff is where my brain was. And it made sense because Bungie's history was on PCs and especially
and
their
Mac.
shooter history and Macs.
Right.
So
mostly Mac with the Marathon series, which we'll cover eventually.
Yeah, I love Marathon. Did we already do? No, we did. We
talked about doing Marathon, but we haven't done Marathon.
We do Rise of the Triad or no? I don't remember.
I don't think we have, no.
Oh my gosh. We have a lot to do with those.
Yeah.
So Halo from Bungie. Bungie makes a bunch of games. One of my favorites was a game called Myth that no one remembers. I love that game. It's so good.
Yeah.
Anyway, this thing was supposed to be this big, huge, giant splash PC game that was going to blow all our minds. And they, teased it about it for years and showed us screenshots. We're like, oh my gosh, hurry up and just come out with your Halo game. And then one day we find out in the, usually the game magazines at the time, that's how we heard about this stuff. Hey, Bungie got bought by Microsoft, and now the Halo franchise is also Microsoft's, and that's coming out on their first generation console, the Xbox, and it will be a big deal. And it was an absolutely huge deal, but I remember being mad at the time because you were taking away my sweet PC shooter juice.
That's right.
And I was pissed. And then I'm not pissed now. It's all fine. It worked out. In fact, I think it's really crucial. It's a crucial moment in consoles for a shooter to work at all, let alone work as well as it
was
did.
not.
Yeah.
If Microsoft did not have Halo, it wasn't going anywhere. That was a launch title.
Yeah.
It was Microsoft's big.
They had to have
I
it.
would say at this point, I don't think it was a gamble. I want to say gamble, but gamble is not the right word. They knew they had a winner on their hands, and they went for it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
bought in.
they had to have it.
Right.
And if they hadn't had it, are we even talking about Xbox anymore?
I don't know how well they would have done with that. I'm not saying that there weren't some great games on the Xbox, but Halo really was a conversation that kept Xbox in our minds, right? That kept it going, and the promises of more the Xbox Live. People don't usually think about it, but the original Xbox didn't have live at launch. It wasn't there. As a matter of fact, when someone would occasionally say, the Xbox is in retro and it's got all the modern accoutrements. And I'm like, no, it didn't. It didn't have HDMI. It didn't have out of the box, live service like we think now, where we got a gaming system. It had a network. You could pair up to, how many was it? Like 6 or 12? I think like 6 Xboxes. You could pair them up together and play local stuff. But it was all couch co-op when it launched. It was all local stuff.
Which is still
the screens.
pretty freaking awesome for what it did. But
it's amazing.
Yeah, this was a big deal around my neighborhood that I was living in at the time, where all the neighbor dudes were bringing their Xboxes. They were bringing their Xboxes to each other's house.
That was such a spot on description of the typical Xbox owner at the time.
Oh yeah,
my neighbor dudes.
Yeah, they were neighbor dudes, and we were all like, "Dude, it's Thursday night. Let's get together, hook up a bit." And you could daisy chain this stuff and actually play like a LAN party without having to bring too much other equipment like you would with a normal LAN party. It was amazing. Like, it was a hell of a thing. Yeah. It was established, essentially the established Master Chief as the Xbox mascot.
Yeah, and it was such a mature mascot up until this point. We had, let's face it, kind of more youth-driven mascots, Mario's, Sonic's. Just everything was always like, oh, let's get those cutesy attitude teenager guys. But Halo was like, hell yeah, I'm in college. I'm a senior in high school, going into college, and I got my bros. We're gonna all get together and we're gonna play some Xbox Halo. We're gonna fight it out first person style. And I'll tell you right now, Scott, when I first played Halo Combat Evolved, I didn't like it. Wasn't a fan.
Tell me why you didn't like it. What was the beef?
No, didn't like it. Well, up until this point, I had gotten very good first person shooters with a mouse and a keyboard, and I was fast, Scott. I was good.
I believe you.
At some point in time with first person shooters on the PC. I was playing stuff like, Quake 1, Quake 2, Quake Arena, I just had a whole Quake path that I went through, and it got really fast, right? And usually the greatest joy I would get from playing those Quake and the Arena games was the speed and using like rail guns and that kind of stuff, fast kills. Pew, 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 pew. Story? Who needs a story? You don't need no story, right?
Story, no.
I mean, no story. Don't be slowing me down with your dang story.
Well, that's because up to that point, I mean, Halo's as much a story as we'd ever gotten in our lives. It was like, shooters can do this. But at the end of the day, people were also really quick to go, all right, I beat the story. Now I'm going to play Counter-Strike, or now I'm going to make a mod myself, or now I'm going to go play Quake again. Or, we were kind of scatterbrained and not super narrative then. So this was still kind of new for a lot of people.
So Bungie was doing something that was really, totally unique. The other people were doing it too, but Bungie, the company, the leadership had a theory about the 30-second fun, whatever you want. I don't know the exact phrase, but it was like basically 30 seconds of fun, right? It's like you need to be able to have at least 30 seconds of fun at any moment in time, right? It's fun time to fun time to fun time.
Yeah.
Don't have to be super invested, but it felt like that was to me. I'm like, do I really have to wake up as a Spartan, go in here and do all this crap? And then I got in the freaking Warthog, and that thing was just pointless. That thing, I hated it so much. It just slid around, and the first things you do with the Warthog is go down. So it's like an all-terrain kind of vehicle. The first thing they send you to do in that thing is like go down a cave path, and I'm like, I'm running against stuff, and it's slow to move. If I want to shoot something, I gotta slowly turn around. You know, and I'm like, I'm used to whipping around. You know, I had like key bindings that were like, was 180-degree turn or whatever, just like whip right around on my PC, where I just whip around and turn around. I'd predict things before they would walk through the door. It's like, oh, it feels like the rhythm of the game feels like something should be coming through that door now. And I would shoot and boom, there, kill something, you know? And then here Halo it's just like, hey, let's take a leisurely stroll through, you know, an alien world. And it's like, I wasn't into that. But eventually, let's be honest, this is where things were headed.
They were not only headed this way, but it was going to be us missing out on a new phase of what console play could be, but also just kind of where things were headed from a, I don't know, IP content perspective. And I think it was good to glom onto. It's also important. I cannot overstate this. Halo's control scheme, which seemed like it was going to be a real tall order at the time, ended up setting a standard for that point and forward. The only thing that's really disrupted is Call of Duty, and that kind of changed things around. But for the most part, a lot of it stayed the same. Certainly the way the sticks work and triggers and that sort of thing. But if you think about it, if this is the way I'm interacting with your device, they've got to figure that out. And by this time in 2001, nobody had that shit figured out.
No.
And this is the best we'd ever gotten. And it kind of ended up establishing a norm that everybody else would either emulate or just iterate here and there. But to this day, if you go buy a shooter on your console or even on your PC and you're using a controller, which I do quite a bit now, you're playing in the in the garden that they watered, is the way I'd put it. The Duke, so chat brings up the Duke. The Duke made it awkward. It wasn't perfect because that was a big ass controller with its own issues. There's Brian's right there.
That's how I played it this week. I played it on my original Xbox, and I played it with the Duke. And
it's not bad if you have big hands. It's fine.
Yeah, I have big hands, so it works out great. I love the Duke, and so
big the Xbox logo is on that thing. So stupid.
It's huge. I was like, oh, can you do something? Can you push that thing or something? It's just so huge and big. But anyway, I knew I was in for it like right away, because one of the first things you do is they get you to step out of your cryo chamber and to walk around as a Spartan, which shouldn't be a big deal, but just walking around was kind of a new concept in controlling first person shooter on a console. And so you got to run through this whole training area when it's literally just learning how to walk and how to look, not shooting anything. You don't even get a weapon right away. So they even walk you through an area where it's like, do you want to like invert your controls? Because we don't know what the hell people want. It's like, do you think the control should go up and down when you push forward and back, or you think the opposite of that?
Yeah.
And that was a real question. Yeah, it's been like 2 or 3 minutes just trying to figure out if that's what you wanted to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I remember the time firing this up on a friend's, because I didn't get the original Xbox till Halo 2 came out.
Right.
I was a late bloomer on device. I was playing PS2 a lot, so I was like kind of being snooty about it. I was like, I ain't playing your Xbox, your Microsoft. What, you can put Windows on there?
Some American U.S. company making what is this?
Yeah,
what is this?
What are you, Atari again or something? But when I did eventually get it, and I got it for Halo 2, it was, by then the new controller had come out, the S controllers or whatever they were shipping with the devices.
Yeah, the S-type controllers.
And those were way better. And I was blown away. I couldn't believe how well it's controlled. It was like, oh, okay. It's, I know there's a lot of PC purists out here, but this actually works. This is fine. Not only is it fine, in some cases it's preferable. Like I can't speak to, look, if I was 20 and playing a game like this, I would be, I'd be fine on a keyboard and mouse for days on end and never stop. Right. But these days, I get creaky. I get like my neck muscles tighten up when I'm on a computer too long. So you put me on a couch with a controller in my lap and I'm playing a game like this and having a great time and being competitive with other people in the same boat. It's great. It's a good time.
Yeah.
No complaints.
So, that's the clunk of this game, and a thing that I had trouble with back in the day. Since then, and going back playing retrospectively, I really appreciate actually how it does control, because now I do have as a user, I do have the fine motor control of, just moving the stick a little bit so that I can fine tune things, and I don't mind taking my time, and I don't mind the pacing now. And I also appreciate what the developers did to kind of help me cheat a little bit with a little bit, not a lot of auto aiming, but being kind of gracious. Yeah, a little gracious. Unlike like first person shooters, like on the PC, a lot of times, like I was saying, Quake, that stuff had to be pretty spot on. I mean, you had to be like
Quake was all about aim and hit scan and all that, whereas Doom was famous for not being that at all. Doom was this clunky fire the missile, it'll hit everything. It's like
places.
Yeah, because we weren't really using a mouse for that anyway. It was worse than analog control. But the cool thing about what I appreciated about it is I still think this holds up and plays okay. But what people have done over the intervening years, including Bungie or Budgie, as you call them,
Bungie. It's like a bung hole, but it's a bungie.
Yeah, it's a bungie. I'll put your little bungie away, that kind of thing.
Yeah, put your bungie away. Don't let me see that. I don't need to see that.
Yeah, I don't need to look at your bungie. The refinement has come in the form of little unseen things under the hood stuff that you don't really even notice in a game like, let's say, what do I love? Titanfall 2 is one of my favorite shooters of all time. And I played that game twice all the way through, entirely on controller, and I can't even imagine it doing it a different way. It's so refined and so perfectly tuned to playing the way it needs to play with that controller. It's incredible. Now, I'll admit, going back to this and firing this up, those nuances under the hood tweaks and stuff, we hadn't gotten there yet. It was still a little rough, but just miles above anything else anybody else was doing.
Yeah.
It was really, really innovative. So, yeah, I think it just deserves a ton of credit for that.
I am shocked at how well this game leads you through the game, because it is a little bit open world, but they don't. It's really an illusion, because the way the maps are laid out, you only can really go to certain places. So it feels like you're getting a little reward for exploration, and there is some reward for exploration, but you feel like you're not just a rat in a cage, right? And they also do a real good job of balancing going indoor environments, outdoor environments. Each chapter is really cool. You start off on the big ship, and then you end up. We haven't even talked about why this thing is called Halo, and it's because the place that you. Maybe we should get to the backstory too. All right, so it's in the future.
The future.
It's in the future, and humans are starting to expand across the universe. We've run up against some alien forces that have combined together, and they're called the Covenant. And we have been kind of been exploring the universe, but been kind of careful about it, because we are worried that aliens will track their way back to the homeworld, Earth, and destroy us. So we have like off-world establishment, a launching point called Reach. You might have heard of that later in the Halo
Reach
series.
Oh yeah, baby.
Halo Reach. And so we're basically still trying to explore, get out there, collect our resources, but then we run against these alien forces. And so whenever we do, we have a mandate that says that if you do encounter the aliens, do not retreat back to the home world and lead them to us. You would instead have to jump, right? Or destroy the ship. You just can't allow them to get the data, which is what Cortana is. Cortana is an AI. She has all the information about Earth, so we can't allow her to fall into evil hands.
And she's sexy and blue, so be careful.
She's sexy and blue, and we know that because she's a little hologram, and they always show it right where her butt is at. And it's like, oh, there's her butt. Sexy AI butt. And so you would learn all this stuff. You read the book. The book leading up to it.
You read the book. There's sex in there. They're doing it.
It's not that bad, but there is some setup. There is some setup, because you go all the way from when Master Chief is a child, when they discover him, and then you fast forward to this game, and you could have bought the book beforehand and learned all about that. And people love the books, and we get into that
It's a little bit, but you just know this before you consume any of the lore. If you haven't up to this point, the game is loosely based, like you can just feel the loose lore on things like I just lost
Discworld.
No, what's the one with all the bugs?
No. We watch them and we go we're like, hey, look at Starship Troopers.
Starship Troopers, that's it. Starship Troopers, I would say a little bit of the Warhammer 40K vibes. There's definitely inspiration in here, and you kind of immediately see it. You're like, oh, little kid raised from nothing to be the most powerful, guy named Master Chief of all time. Well, that's very much like the way it works with the Emperor and the 40K Space Marines and all that. And then who they're fighting, the Covenant later, the Flood, like all that stuff, very reminiscent of like hordes of enemies in the 40K universe. Like I really dig that they went that way. It's some of my favorite stuff. I love it.
It's so good. It's so good. And they do so the Spartan armor enhances the individual, in this case, Master Chief. And so he's like the balancing force, and you're playing as the balancing force because just Marines who you're surrounded by in these explorations and encounters are, just they're just humans, and you're a little taller. You got, superhuman strength, partially because you're cool and partially because you're wearing the armor. And so you've jumped to this place. This is where it starts. You jump to this area of the universe, and there's a ring. We call it Halo, right? Oh, look, baby, Beyonce, and it's a halo, and it's floating outside of this world. And when you look down in it, there's like all this lush green areas and everything on the inside of it. And it's really cool. So anyway, you end up having to get on the Halo part, right? But before you do that, each one of these chapters is separated so that you start out on the ship, you're being invaded by the Covenant, and you got to fight back those forces and then get to Cortana and load her into your Spartan brain head. And then you got to get down to the Halo ring, and then you got to fight your way. You get down to the Halo ring because they blow your ship up. You got no choice, right? Mm-hmm. So you got to start trying to rescue all the other humans. Very human-like, right?
Oh, sure.
And you have to go that. So you go from a spaceship to this world, this kind of on a ring, but it looks very open. Mm-hmm. Big terrain for you to kind of like navigate through.
Sure.
And then you start going in tunnels, and then you're inside and you're outside and inside and outside, and it's a real nice mix. You don't feel like you're just doing corridor shooting or just all outdoor stuff. So they really did an amazing job of mixing it up.
And I agree. I think the campaign is incredible, and the co-op was insane. Like I'd never played a co-op game like that until then. That was crazy good. Yeah.
It was so good, and you could really that's where the Warthog either shined or sucked for you. Mm-hmm. So the Warthog has a gunner position and a passenger position where, and then you got your driver's position. In Halo Combat Evolved, you can really only be effective if you're the driver. You can if the guy on the back, the Marine on the back with the gun dies, you can jump out and shoot, but he's not going to drive. This is still Halo Combat Evolved. They changed that later on. Mm-hmm. But I remember playing co-op and multiplayer and stuff, and I never wanted to be the driver. I was like, please don't make me drive.
No.
It's like
it's a lot of pressure, man.
It's a lot of pressure, and I sucked at it. I like I said, it's the worst. It's the absolute worst vehicle to drive.
It gets way better in the future, but
it gets so much better.
Yeah, but it's rough.
But this one is just like, I hate it so much.
No, it's trouble. I was never like, how do I put this? I was never impressed with. So vehicle play we started getting teased that stuff in Unreal Tournament a little bit here and there. A few other games were like trying some of those things. This is the first game that like successfully did it, really. The problem with that is a lot of the vehicles I thought were kind of jank. And even now, so with this playthrough, I didn't play all the way through, but the vehicles I messed with here.
You remember, you don't forget that damage.
Yeah, they're kind of poopski. They're not great. Yeah. However, it's not. Yeah. They would get better over time. Future games would be way better in that regard. So not that big a deal, but
you get in the Warthog and you're like, oh, this is crap, and you're like, well, maybe I don't have to do this too much. Yeah. And then a little bit later, you got to get in this big tank. And at least with the big tank, it's like slow and lumbering. That's what I expect. When I got in the Warthog the first time, I'm like, oh, look at those knobby wheels. It's got 4-wheel steering. Look at the front steering and everything. It's like, oh, yeah, this is going to be maneuverable. Come to find out, you control it with 2 sticks. Your left stick is basically, I think it's your left stick. Anyway, one of the sticks is acceleration and reverse, essentially. And the other one,
they needed not. That was a mistake. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
If all of my praise about control scheme being innovative at the time, I stand by all of it except for the way that the damn vehicles moved, because a stick should not be with as much
acceleration.
Yeah, because that implies 2 directions, and a stick goes a lot of places. So I never liked that, and I don't like how steering. If I remember right, you had to hold. If I'm saying this right, you hold forward,
right,
to steer also. So like it's acceleration, but it's also like you're steering a little bit.
So most of the steering is controlled through the camera. So you've got a camera attached to, so whatever direction you look into is supposed to go in that direction, but the camera follows in kind of an awkward manner. So you can get used to it, but even when you get used to it, as soon as you have to go, oh no, I ran into this wall, I got to back up, you got to reverse all that shit in your head.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh no, maybe I should have did the inverted controls.
Yeah.
And it's frustrating, but the tank, like I said, a little slower moving, a lot heavier. All these vehicles, I know the Warthog is, I'm pretty sure the Warthog is indestructible, but you're not. If they fire at you first, and then they can kill you. We haven't got into the shield stuff too, which is really cool the way the shield stuff works.
Oh yeah,
regenerative shield.
Dude, we can't skip over that. So
no, that's a biggie.
This is massive. But not everybody, but a lot of games do this now. Many games did it and then went back to their old way, but nobody wasn't touched by this feature. This changed everything, because it was like, here are the shooters prior to this. All right, well, I'm getting hit. I best go find me a health pack somewhere.
Health pack, give me some armor.
It hasn't respawned. That's a shame. I guess I'll come back here. Oh, I'm dead. All right, fine. Like that whole vibe and piece of business, that's some horseshit if you really think about it. This thing really comes along and says, well, what if you had a shield? And what if it knocked you down to 0 of shield? Now you'd have some life to beef up. But if you went and took some cover, that shield will grow back, and now you basically are back to full. That was so groundbreaking at the time. Yes. We think of it now as every game does it. It's like no big deal now. Or games that want to do that, that's what they do. Not all games, but a lot of shooters do. It can feel
unnatural lots of times too, because they've got the timing of the it's like the trinity, the holy trinity of first person, especially on consoles, because of the speed of it, is having a ranged weapon with some grenades and a melee, right? Mm-hmm. So, and the balance of how they did that here is just right out of the gate, pretty much perfection. Yeah. I mean, the timing of it, because of the type of enemies you're encountering and the amount of enemies you're encountering, you can real easily, you're playing all parties, right? You're playing your ranged, you're playing your melee, and you can if you run against a group, you can throw a grenade and they'll scatter. The AI is really smart in this game too, considering the time.
Yeah, very good at the time.
They'll scatter, and you can run up in there and you can smack somebody in the face, takes a lot of damage, and then you can just kind of just trail back a little bit and just pick a few guys off.
Yeah, the melee finisher also kind of born and raised here. Or became a thing where it happened with almost every single encounter. Like anytime you had anything where you could go and then get up to him and go bap, you would do it. Right?
You did, and the weapons are amazing in this game. Boy, am I heaping enough praise in this game? I didn't realize how much
Halo's awesome, man.
I've forgotten how much I had gotten over being mad, because I don't think I played much of the first one after my initial first impression. I played it a little bit and begrudgingly, and I'm like, I don't know. Later on, I become a really big fan, so I hadn't played the first one since my anger issues, I suppose. So the weapons are really good too. They limit you to 2 weapons at a time, so you don't have to worry about inventory and all that kind of crap. And one of the things that was really cool, I don't remember any game at the time doing much of this to where it was so integral into the game, which is picking up the enemy's weapons. So you would, you'd shoot one of the Covenant and they would drop the weapon, and you could choose to switch it for one of your own. And those weapons were sometimes more effective, especially like on maybe the shielded ones, like the Elite sometimes too. The Grunts are no big deal. Those little guys, they're like badgers to me. They're like little tiny badgers. To
Yeah,
you?
little those guys. Yeah. Here's some right here.
They made me laugh too. They would run away.
Yep, they've kept him through the whole series. These things are always in.
Yeah, there's some because they're just cannon fodder, right?
They're fodder,
They're
yeah.
the thing. They're the thing to shoot at while you're waiting for an elite to show up.
Yeah. The other thing is I think is important here is up to this time, if you wanted to have a fun, competitive shooter experience, and this mostly applies to 2, obviously, because 2 was really multiplayer focused. But the PC or first person shooter players in general were used to like, oh my gosh, dude, I gotta get a video card. What's wrong with my EM386 memory manager? And like you're always dicking with shit to make it work.
Yeah.
This game was like, well, no, you just put that disc in there and you just hit the thing and you just go.
Where I was thinking a lot about this past week. Why I was so angry about console shooters, and I think it was because I had the good fortune, or I just happened to be in the right place. But I was working in early desktop publishing, and so I needed a computer for work. So I always had a high-end computer, sans video card, unless I needed one for high-end video editing and Photoshop and different things like that. And so it was just real easy for me through the day, the work day, to be using my power machine to do work. And then I could flip over to my video card after work and just have a really high-end gaming machine. And it didn't cost me anything because it was already pretty much there.
Yeah.
Right? It was just, I already needed it for work.
Yeah.
And so I was kind of spoiled in that, but there was a lot of people who didn't have access.
Yeah, I
to
didn't.
something like that.
I was the same. I worked at a place where we pride ourselves on all these PCs can run shit and have mouse drivers to work for Quake and all this stuff. And but at home, it was a struggle. I was like, like I either didn't have good enough hardware, or I'd have to tweak the hell out of it, or wasn't one of the ones from work, or whatever the thing was. Plus, online stuff wasn't what it would become. And Xbox Live, which didn't launch with the device.
Not at launch.
No, a lot of people think it was just always there, but it took a bit of time. For all of its creaky business now about I shouldn't have to pay to play people online, which I still sort of agree with. Game Pass is all very different now and all that other stuff. But at the time, though, that was amazing shit, because you just went and played. And if you talked to people, you just did. And if you had them online and saw their names, you just did. There wasn't any dinking around or running GameSpy or any of this stuff.
Oh, that's true. Well, actually, I'm going to give you a actually.
Give it
while
to me.
we're going to switch. I think we should switch while we're in the middle of this, talking about this a little bit, because we kind of covered what's kind of unique to the Xbox version. 2 years later, we did get a Halo Combat Evolve for the PC and the Mac. A lot of people forget that there was a Mac version as well. So Gearbox came along. Westlake, I think, did the stuff for the Mac, I believe. But we had Halo on the PC, and you could use a keyboard and mouse.
Yep.
Looked pretty much the same, a little bit improved quality of graphics, here or there, but I didn't think that much. I play both. Well, actually, I'll take that back. I did run all the patches that I could to get it to running on my Windows 11 machine. Since it's a Microsoft game, it was actually one of the easier ones to patch up to and be able to play on the PC.
You didn't play the remake one, right? There's 2 remakes, one in the works, and then there's the one that's part of the anniversary collection. You didn't play that?
I didn't play the Master Chief collection, none of that stuff. I tried to stick to just the original stuff from the original Xbox, and then this 2003 release for the PC. And
frame rate's a lot better. I can tell you.
Oh
that.
yeah, the frame rate is definitely better.
Yeah. I don't even know if it's a full 60, but it's better than the 25 or whatever the hell I was getting on the Xbox.
But I'll be honest with you, like I said, it didn't feel like a night and day difference.
No, and it's not unplayable at those lower rates. It was fine.
No. But one of the things you would do is you install GameSpy, because this one did have online gameplay, so you didn't have to worry about just only playing local play on the Xbox, four-screen, four-way split if you wanted to, if you were playing, or you could. I got to remember, is it you can daisy chain up to 4 Xbox, giving you a total of 16 players?
That might be right. I can't remember.
That the limit?
Can't remember. I think
I wrote it down at some point in time, but I've forgotten. Correct us if I'm wrong, but it seems like, anyway, that's a pretty massive. Two you could do it. Yeah. That's not bad. That's at least that's a decent LAN party.
No, most games can't even manage 32. Some will do 64, and really crazy ones, with very expensive infrastructure, will do 128. But
yeah. But to your point about the GameSpy, you're right. On the Xbox, didn't have it, but we did get it on the PC.
Yeah, because you didn't have. There's no Xbox Live. This is the time where Microsoft's like, we're just doing consoles. We're not going to tie all this shit together.
Yeah,
you should have though. You dumbasses. What were you thinking?
Wait, you want us to come out with another DirectX? Come on, man. We run in Linux on our Xbox. What do you want from us?
Yeah, and these original boxes were run on PowerPC was the platform, I think.
Was it PowerPC?
Well, it was.
I just remember it being
360 was. I don't remember what the OG one was.
I just remember that the Xbox had you could load Linux. I don't know if that was by default. I just remember I could do the soft mod. I could get into a Linux prompt. I'd always been a Unix BSD kind of guy, and so Linux was making inroads for me personally at that time, and so that was exciting.
I found the answer. This is crazy. I didn't know this. Yeah. The original Xbox, released in 2001, used a 733 megahertz Intel Pentium 3.
Ooh, this thing's a PC beast.
Yeah, it's a PC beast times 3, baby.
I think you're right. Maybe I'm thinking of I can't remember now, but yeah, I got to get back into the architecture.
360 was definitely PowerPC. That I know for sure. Because
I'm very excited about digging deep into the Xbox, because it will be 25 this next year, as well as Halo, which is going to get a wide release to all these different consoles, including the PS5. We're going to get Halo campaign evolved. So I'm pretty excited about that. But this next year, 25 years is the Xbox, and I'll feel very comfortable at that point in digging as deep as I can into the library, because 4 years into the library for our 20 year play retro limit. So I'll give you plenty to operate on.
You wanna hear something crazy? The 360. Guess how much? If you had to guess how much L2 cache the 360 had, if you had to guess,
512K.
It had. You know what? Maybe they did better than I thought. A megabyte. They had a megabyte. Now I know that maybe. I mean, back then I remember these specs sounded crazy, but now I hear that and go, it had a megabyte, did it? Okay, that's real good.
Impressive. Yeah. I think my calculator has that.
I think my phone's got a trillion more than that.
Right.
All right. Well, there's that. Now, and it was essentially the same game, though. That's the important thing to note here. Like content-wise, that PC port was, it was this game. So
it was pretty much the same game. So everything else we talk about now is pretty much the same thing. Some multiplayer differences, a few map differences, but overall the same game. Had the same amazing Martin O'Donnell just music that sets the mood.
Oh, it's so good.
Especially when you get about mid-game and get to what Scott was talking about, which was the flood. More variation in enemies, because up until this point you kind of learned how to, it's like, I've got this many low level grunts, and then I got this many elites, and you got this many shield carriers, and as it slowly becomes more and more elites, and they have more and more weaponry, and then suddenly in the middle of it, it's like, who's player 3 has entered the game?
Yeah, he has.
Who the hell's the flood, and why am I playing a horror game all of a sudden? Everything.
It was shocking. It was kind of shocking. It got real dark real quick.
Yeah,
I love it. The first time that happened, I remember going, "Holy shit!"
Yeah, and Martin O'Donnell's music just sweeps you right along into that, and then we get, like I said, the flood stuff. That is such a scary, terrifying little flower-faced thing.
I think they're still having a beef, right? The musician and Bungie had a big falling out.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on there, but I think that
we don't have to get into
far as
that,
being cinematic, this is like it does what music did for Star Wars.
Oh, I agree.
It gives it a gravitas.
No, you hear that thing, and if I played even a part of it right now, I'd get a takedown notice. They're real picky about it.
We'd lose it. Yeah,
But I love that whole like when the monks start kicking in and going.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like going to church, but the coolest church you could go to.
Yeah, I'm going to church.
So good. I wish we could play it here.
How about we just sing some more of it? What do you think about that?
Well, I don't know about that. I think it's probably had enough. The second game would not come out until 2004, November of that year. I remember the E3 presentation of in 03, and being like, oh well, I guess I'm getting an Xbox now. Like that's how big of an impact it made on me, and I did.
I think it moved the needle more for me than the first one did. I recognized at the time that I'm sure people are enjoying this. Because I knew my friends were enjoying the first one, Halo Combat Evolved, and I felt like an outsider until the second one came out.
I think people. I generally think people see 2 as maybe not the pinnacle, but kind of a high point. 3 is still pretty special for me. I think 3 is awesome. ODST is really good.
Yeah,
but those feel like those are almost like offshoots. So it's I don't know. They've always felt hard to categorize. ODST and Reach are not.
Right.
They're main games. I mean, I shouldn't say they're not DLC or something, but they're basically just like, here's 3, and now here's these 2 rapid release things that aren't 3, but they're in the 3 engine, the 3 universe, the story continues. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Those are hard to quantify. So if I had to pick my favorite of all time, I think ODST might be my favorite. But I think 2 is pretty special.
That's a good. I think that's probably about where it's at.
Yeah,
agreed.
Yep. And I like Infinite. I don't care what people say about it. Infinite's good. It's new. But it's good.
Yeah. It's got mixed last time I looked, I think.
Yeah, there are a lot of people. There are a lot of people that don't like. We'll never get over that Bungie doesn't make it anymore, and that's we feel that Microsoft squandered opportunities or whatever. We've got a new one coming. We don't know what that looks like yet or what's going on with that. Yeah. But as a series, you could argue that
it's free to play. What are you complaining about?
Yeah, I think it is. I think it's arguable that Microsoft has not fully capitalized on the potential of the mascotism of Master Chief. I don't think they fully knew what they had there with that.
Did you read like?
I've never read any of these books. Never read them. No.
Okay.
Tell me how they are. You've been reading.
I've read some of the Halo: The Fall of Reach. Really, to get set, I've kind of peeked in and out a few times, and I wasn't really ready for a gamification novel. What I mean by that is, it feels like what it is, which is it feels like it's centered around a game.
Does it ever go?
So I've been reading.
His eyeball narrowed down the length of his gun and looked at it through the first person view. You do like that?
So I've been. It's not that bad, but I think it always like kind of rubbed me the wrong way. But I've been reading through the Dungeon Crawler Carl series, which is an absolute gamification of of as pure as you can get. Yeah. And so now Halo is in reach of my taste now, I think. So
I see what you did there with that.
Yeah. So I read through a portion of Halo: The Fall of Reach, which was released prior to the game being released, so you could get kind of some lore. And I found that interesting. I also watched a little bit of the TV series from, was it Paramount or Peacock? I think it was Paramount Plus that had that Halo TV series for season or 2. Is that still going?
No, it ended, but I'll be honest, I didn't hate it like people hated it. I thought it was all right.
It's fine. But I think it meant more to me because I was just data loading everything of Halo. And so I was like, oh yeah, so I had a lot to appreciate. Maybe I just have just the amount that made it okay.
The problem with this,
I wasn't offended.
Here's the problem with the series.
Yeah.
And it's also its strength, but it also causes problems. Part of what makes it work so well is the iconicism of it. I'm not even sure that's the right word, but the way it works is there's this guy whose face you never see, who is stalwartly focused on the job and will always do the right thing in the hardest of situations. And that is in some ways super simple and therefore kind of shallow, but at the same time so iconic that you love it. So when you try to expand the universe, make a movie or a TV show out of it, you're just asking for trouble, because those mediums don't allow for, like I've always said, Half-Life would be a terrible movie. Why? Well, because Gordon Freeman doesn't talk. You are Gordon Freeman, a silent protagonist. You never say anything. That's part of the charm of those games. So what are you going to do in a medium where you require a bunch of dialogue and stuff? I think maybe animation would be a better place for it all. And actually, there's some really, really good animated Halo stuff out there, by the way.
Yeah, there is. There is. I didn't dive into that because that was just a bridge too far.
Yeah.
I was like, I got to cut it off somewhere. As a matter of fact, I had thought about heading straight into Halo 2 and really, deep diving on it too. But I was like, oh my God, there's so much to chew here on the first one. I just don't know.
No, we'll give that. We'll give that 4 years. Come back to it or something.
Yeah, I want to give it some proper love.
We'll come back to it when it's 24 years old. How about that?
Yeah, or next year when it's in about 2 years it will be 25.
20
right?
No,
right?
2000. Well, 20 years in 2020, or it came out in 2004. So 20 years has happened, but if you want your 24 to match the 24 we're doing for Halo 1.
Yes, gotcha.
Got a couple more years to go, but
yeah. All right, fine. We'll see. We play hard. We play fast and loose with these these rules.
Oh yeah, we don't. There's nobody gets to. We choose.
I also played.
Yeah,
I played this on my Steam Deck as well, but I played it through the Xbox emulator and it played fine. I know that they've got Steam Deck support and everything, so if you do get the Master Chief Collection, I believe
it plays great on there. Yeah,
on Steam, I hear it plays wonderfully.
Oh, it's really good, and you have that option to switch back and forth between the original graphics and the new graphics with just a key. So it's a great way to go. What did this look like before? Oh shit! It's
my God.
Yeah, it's fun. I like when games do that.
Bungie indeed.
Yeah, very bungie. I don't want to look straight into your bungie. Well, there you go. That's our look at Halo. We're going to play a game right now that's nothing like Halo. It's called Guess My Game. It's super fun,
Guess
though.
My Game.
It's pretty fun.
Destroy it.
I like it.
Yeah, it's. I like it, too. That's why we keep doing it every week. Here's how it works. We have a couple of games each of us have brought to the thing, one game each. And we have a platform and a year to tell each other, and then 4 possible answers. And that's all you get. All right.
That's all you get. And then we go, and it's not Choplifter. And then we go.
Yeah. It's always something about Choplifter in the chat room, but that is not what we're covering today. They were talking to me. They were saying pre-show how we've never done Choplifter. I'm pretty sure we not covered it like a game, but done in a Guess My Game before. I'm pretty sure
I've definitely done it in Guess Our Game. I did that as I was like, no way he'll get this.
Was it the original or like 2 or 3 or I don't remember what we did.
I think it was the original. Now, I picked up Choplifter for the Master System at a recent retro game.
That's a good version of that.
I would love. Yeah, I'd love for us to cover that. That would be fun.
That's a great version of that, and we should cover it just because the meme is bigger than us now. So we have to do it.
Plus,
Anyway,
we never talk about all the variations on the. Because they don't just say Choplifter, they also say a bunch of other crap.
Yeah,
like Master Chief Lifter.
Yeah, Master Lifter or Chop Chief Lifter Chief
Master Chop.
Master Chop. Master Bungie. Bungie Lifter. There you go, Bungie Lifter.
Bungie Lifter. Oh, I like it.
You can get that done when you're older and you're a little sad about your saggy butt. All right, here is your audio from me. I will tell you that this is from the Sega Genesis platform.
Oh.
The year is 1991. And here is your clip.
Ooh, it's sexy.
It's got a vibe, doesn't it?
Smooth.
Little jungly, maybe. A little spacey, maybe a little sci-fi. Ooh. Let's get to this part. Oh, that sound makes my brain tingle. All right, here are your options. A, Fire Shark. B, Gemfire. C, Gods. Or D, Shadow of the Beast 2. All real games, by the way. None of these are fake.
Oh, all real games on the Genesis in 1991 or just all real games?
All 91 games, 1991 games on the Genesis.
Look at Scott doing the work.
That's right.
Making sure that it is accurate. Sometimes he makes up names. Not this time around. He went with the real deal. Fire Shark A or Gemfire B. C. Gods, what a simple name. D. Shadow of the Beast 2. It kind of has a Shadow of the Beast vibe. But then when the bang, 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 makes me think you're collecting gems. So maybe I'm going to say B, Gemfire.
All right. Let's see if it's Gemfire. Is it Gemfire? Oh, you should have gone with your gut. It was Shadow of the Beast 2. No,
you always promised me Gem was outrageous, but I guess
just not truly outrageous.
Dang it. I thought, like I said, I thought the rest of it sounded like Shadow of the Beast, but I thought maybe it was just my, because it's on a Sega Genesis and there's only so many bleeps and bloops of instruments that they have.
That's right.
I guess I was.
And this, by the way, was a Psygnosis joint, which meant, whatever that means. I love Psygnosis on the
Bungie and
PlayStation.
Psygnosis.
Look at this caveman guy. Look at him.
I love this. Yeah. Got a real Castlevania vibe with / Shadow of the Beast vibe.
Oh, yeah.
Both.
And I never played the first one. I think, play this a little. I played this some.
I don't think I ever played this one.
It's got a weird monochrome thing going on here with that character. Is he made out of stone or something? Anyway.
The bad guy? Yeah, let's say he's stonish.
He looks a little stoned. All right. That gives me a point. Let's see if you can get a point. Tell me about my platform here.
Let's see if mine is Choplifter. All right. The platform is Windows. The year is 2001, the same year that Halo Combat Evolved came out. So, but we're on Windows. PC.
Oh, shit. Well, all right. Let's find out. Here we go.
Enemy generator destroyed.
Get the enemy flag!
Okay, I think I know what this is immediately, but let's hear your options.
No. Okay. All right. Yeah. So is the option A, Pencil Whipped, B, Tribes 2, C, Halo Combat Evolved Multiplayer, or D, Half-Life Decay?
I will spare you waiting to hear my answer. I will tell you right now, this is Tribes 2.
Sorry, Scott. It's Tribes 2.
Yep. Even couldn't even fool me with that. I played so much Tribes 2, my eyes bled back then.
Yeah, I love Tribes. It sounded so unique. It was such a unique sound.
Dude, I'm telling you, Tribes. Oh.
Yeah.
Nothing's ever kind of come close. No. Quite close to the feeling of the way Tribes would make me feel. And the only thing that really did is they tried to make a modern free-to-play Tribes back in 2014, 13, something like that.
I remember that.
And I loved it, but it closed down because it wasn't getting enough people.
Yeah, just because all of us Tribe heads were out there. But Tribes 2 was amazing. I got instant memory. That place was so fast. Mm-hmm. The game was just so fast, and having those jetpacks and jumping around and just
Yeah, and Tribes 3 Rivals is still in early access on Steam, and it's pretty good. It's early, though. It's hard to say whether they're going to nail this or not, but I bought it day one because I'm such a Tribes nerd.
I've been waiting for us to do a Tribes episode because I really want me and you to be able to actually play some multiplayer rounds of Tribes because I just don't think...
Is it as easy to do as like our Unreal thing? Is it harder than that?
I feel like it may be a little more difficult because I haven't found a lot of pre-rolled Tribes server instances. So but maybe that's changed since the last time I looked.
Oh, I'm so excited
to look.
The idea you just gave me the tingles. I got the tingles.
Yeah. Like I said, that was a huge part of my life for a while.
Bummer though. The reviews are basically they say it's abandoned. Come on now.
It's probably moving so slow.
When's their last update?
Probably seems abandoned.
Yeah, that's the problem, right? The devs sometimes are just hard at work. They're not every dev is abandoned their game if they're being quiet.
Right.
But I also don't know. Just briefly, this is a screenshot in my game, Shadow of the Beast 2.
Well, I love that. That is like a screenshot of in between or something, like a cutscene or something.
Yeah, like a cutscene.
Freaking amazing.
It's awesome. I'm capturing that and keeping that shit. That guy's made out of wood or something.
Yeah, then he tastes like chicken, I bet.
Yeah, woke up with would. Anyway, hey, there you go. I win, you lose. Moving on.
I win, you lose. Suck it, sucker.
Take that, sucker. It's nice to win once in a while. I sometimes win and sometimes I don't. I don't have the old Smack Talk clip, by the way.
Oh, no, I have to create a new one.
I know. Or somebody needs to go find that one and excise it out of like one of the old Final Score episods or something.
Yep.
And then I'll use it again because I used to love playing that and I can't find it.
So much fun.
I had a hard drive crash at one point in like I don't know, 2012 or something.
Yeah.
And it was on that and I didn't have a backup. I was really sad.
Oh, didn't have a backup. I told you, Scott.
But somehow I still have you from ELR saying I don't like Steam, so I don't know how I got that.
Yeah, I don't know. You must have stuck that one in your back pocket or something. You put it in your you put it in your
I don't like
Master
Steam.
Chief.
That's you from ELR, like 20 years ago.
I don't like Steam.
Listen how young you are.
I don't like Steam.
You sound the same. You're not the
Yes, the quality of that too. Boy, that's pretty good. That must be an AIF file.
Well, I'll give you two versions of it. Here's Brian then. This is 2005.
I don't like Steam.
And now here's Brian saying the same thing in 2024.
They win.
Oh, weird. You really changed, man. You've changed.
I haven't changed. It's still me. I'm still me. I'm not an alien at all. Don't listen to that more recent voice.
It's all lies and stuff. Hey, it's time to welcome Retro to something. That's the other way around. We're welcoming something to Retro is what we're going to do.
Yeah.
Shadow of the Colossus, PlayStation 2, October 18, 2005. Amazing video game.
Yes.
One of my favorites ever. The Ico game the same team made is one of my favorite games. I love the stuff those guys made.
I can't wait for us to get some Shadow of Colossus on this here episodes of the Play Retro. Yes, I'm excited.
Big fans on that thing. People love it. It is still one of the most games that conveys scale,
right?
In a way that I don't know if anything's ever come close. It's wild, that game, and it's on the freaking PS2 of all things.
On the friggin' PS2. Did it ever make it to the? Else? I think it just did the second one. Did they make a second? Oh, wait a minute. There's a remake. Maybe that's what I'm thinking about.
Yeah,
that's PlayStation 4. Never made a PC then at all, did it? Oh my gosh.
I think PS4 is as far as it went. And then they had that other game they made with the big cat or whatever it was.
The big cat. They like to do big things that are juxtaposed to not big
little things. Yeah, it was either a cat or like a weasel or something. Anyone in the chat remember what that game was?
It's the same thing. If you are a cat owner, then you definitely relate to. It could be a cat, could be a weasel.
If you own a cat, you definitely bought a weasel. You just don't know it yet.
Bought a weasel. You just got a fat weasel. That's all.
That's right. Ooh, do I? All right. So there you go.
That sounds disgusting.
It really does. I don't
look
like
at your fat weasel.
That's gross. Shadow of the Colossus, available now on PlayStation 2 back in 2005. All right, let's get to some listener feedback. We have some.
Welcome to the treasure room.
Doodly 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 doo. They left this at voicecast.app/playretro, or you just find all the links to contact us, if you will, over at frogpants.com/playretro. This is from Colin, who says, "Hey, you guys, now that we have a million Amberdicks and like devices, have we landed on a favorite and must have?" Says Colin.
Before we start that, I just got to say, I think you read that opening line wrong.
Hey, you guys. So now that we have a million Ambernicks.
Oh, wow. You did not put the emphasis right at all. He put exclamation after, hey, you guys. And that's obviously, hey, you guys.
Oh,
obviously.
Oh.
Yeah.
What's that from?
Come on.
What's wrong with me? Hold on. Don't say anything.
I don't know. Oh, I won't say nothing.
Hey, you guys.
Hey, you guys.
What's wrong with me? Hold on. Why don't I know this? Hey, you guys. Shit. I don't know what it is. Why can't I think of it?
How about, what if I told you it was is how I look in a Superman shirt now?
Oh, it's Goonies.
Yeah, Goonies. It's Sloth.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I forgot.
That's right.
All right, so let's talk about this. I feel like I've lost track of all the new hotness of the handhelds. I feel like it's
the one that most recently talking about is this DS model. People are both. It's kind of like this one has not been as well received as in the past. People are very excited about the idea of having a DS format 2-screen, but they're not very excited about the processor they've used, because I think, and I haven't totally dug deep into this, so correct me if I'm wrong.
Is it older or something?
I think it's the less powerful one, so it's really just Linux emulation. But I think most of the people like the DS emulation that is in the Android level of processor, but they're trying to keep it cheap, which is weird because it's got 2 screens.
Yeah.
Why not just go all in?
Yeah.
But I think that's kind of the rub. But to the point of Colin's question, I still got to say, out of all my Ambernicks, I revisit most the first one we picked up, which is the RG35XX, which is that pseudo kind of Game Boy square format.
It's right here.
That just plays most of my 8 and 16-bit games. Is just the best form
This
factor.
is it right here? This one.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
It doesn't have sticks. You're not going to play a lot of the more, the later stuff when you get into the PS1 with the sticks and everything, or, the N64. But for my 8 and 16-bit retro joy of handhelds, I love that darn thing. Otherwise, I'm just going to pick up my Steam Deck. I'm not going to fight for all the other stuff. There's just nothing that fits in that area of my retro play, this portable, that does it any different.
Yeah, I
like it.
I tend to agree. I will say I really like the slide that I keep promising I'm going to review. It's actually KT Data's. KT Data lent it to me back in Vegas or before Vegas.
You're going to play that, right? You're going to eventually play with that, right? You're going to.
And I played with it, but you should see how many copies of Choplifter are on that game.
Oh my God, all of them. There's probably a collection area where it's just nothing but.
He did it on
Choplifter.
purpose. The dirty bastard.
Did he really? That's so it really is in there. That's
no, it
hilarious.
absolutely is. But if I'm to pick my favorites so far, that one I think is pretty rad.
Right.
I need to really put it through its paces though. But like KT Data, I get distracted by the next thing and I forget to review things. But I still think, like you, I think the RG58 style one is still probably my go-to kind of like, it's just the perfect little vibe for me, this little guy. I also really like the screen on it. If it has a bezel, but you can't really see it because it's feels edge to edge kind of on that lighting, I guess. But the one that really surprises me that I go back to a lot when I travel and stuff, this little guy.
Yeah.
The RG, where is it? Oh, I lost the model.
Two, whatever. I forget what the screen size. That number has to do with the screen size. Like
little
a
teeny pocket-looking thing. It's got 4 face buttons and a D-pad. So again, no analog or whatever. But you've got shoulder buttons. Essentially, up through 16-bit. Although I have done some PSP on here.
Right.
Doesn't run PSP great, or PS1, not PSP.
PS1. Right.
But the screen's very small, so it's not great for crappy eyes or anything. 28XX, that's it. This is just, I love having a little diddly doodly here. Just
a little diddly doodly. You heard it here first. People.
Yeah, look at this little guy. I mean, it's just a great, pull it out of your pocket and play a couple games and put it away. I like that.
I've got to say, I've yet to be disappointed in any of the Ambernick handhelds I've played with, but there's some that I just don't think about it until I look at it and I'm like, oh yeah, I got this one. And that to me says that I don't really need it until I see it. And I'm like, oh, I want to play with this. I'm like, oh, what am I going to play? I don't know. It's got analog sticks. I probably need to play something in the analog stick era.
Yeah.
It goes back to my whole philosophy of I really prefer a device that has a single purpose or fewer purposes. The more purposes it satisfies, usually the less I like it.
I think that's a really good way of putting it. I would rather have something that's extremely good at a particular generation. And that's why I have high hopes, and hopefully the CPU thing isn't a deal killer for people, but high hopes for that DS thing, because that's very exclusively poking at a very specific thing, right? And I like that. I also that's probably why I like this one the most, because it is basically my GBA replacement. That's mostly what I play on this is GBA games. Yep. It's the exact form factor for it, and it's also kind of a flat version of the SP.
Right.
So yeah, I gravitate to that same thing. Like what is it best suited for? Let me play that. And you know what else is good? You sent me this. Hold on. Brian sent me this. I haven't told him how much I actually play this thing because I'm a big Bubble Bobble fan. I love the original
Oh,
Bubble
I
Bobble.
love that. Yeah, those are so good. It's not Ambernick.
No, this is little, what is this? It's the Hyper Megatech sets.
Hyper Megatech.
And they make them for different stuff. There's a Pac-Man one, and you can get different kinds.
They take those Evercade carts. So those are the official real carts you can get that, they're supposed to go to the people who made it.
Yeah.
And you can plug those in there. They're real colorful. They're sturdy and stout, and they just feel good.
Yeah, sturdy's a great way of putting it. The screen's not the best screen, but it's a perfectly fine screen.
It's fine. Yeah.
The amount of times I just pick this up, like this is basically my dedicated Bubble Bobble device.
Yeah,
because it's just on there, and it's a really good version of that. All the other Taito games on here, I kind of don't care about that much.
Yeah,
but that one, it's great.
But it's Taito themed in color. It's got the Taito cart with the most of the Taito games.
Yeah, and I can hand this to a 5-year-old, and they don't ruin it.
Yeah, they don't ruin it.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing too. I like the fact that it comes with its own OS. I've never attempted to do anything different with that. They call it firmwares most of the time in these handhelds, and I love and hate. It's kind of like how I have a love and hate for Android devices and Linux and everything. We talked about it a little bit with the Halo stuff. It's like I really like the being able to have all the options, but then again, I'm like, I hate all the options because if I had to, it's like, there's a new firmware for the Ambernick whatever, and somebody else has found a really cool way, and I'll load it up and get excited. I'm like, this is so freaking cool, and I can do this, and this. And then at the end of the day, I'm just like, it doesn't matter. I'm playing video games, whatever. Just it's a launcher. Launch it. I'm gone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I will occasionally crack open my analog pocket and play a cartridge.
Oh, dude, I love my analog pocket for that very specific thing. When I have, like right here, when we did our Scooby-Doo episode, I have some Game Boy Scooby-Doos, and if I have the game at the hand, now I have a bunch of games. Sometimes I have to dig through, and I was like, no, I'm not doing that. But these are real easy. My Game Boy games are real easy because they're small. Yeah. And I have them readily available, and I'll just throw that in there.
Yeah, so
it's
great.
I have that option.
And you're playing an actual, you're playing the cartridge
real
that you paid for.
Yeah, yeah. Which is my preferred way of doing things.
Yeah, and I haven't messed with this too much to like get the most out of it or anything. I know there's lots of hacky stuff, but
it's just like every FPGA device you usually mess with. The menu system is usually
shit.
The user interface is shit.
Yeah, it's not.
But that's fine because that's not what it's for. It's for accurate playback of your games, right? So,
and speak about replacement OSs real quick. I still think Garlic. Someone said in there, Onion and Garlic OS are still good. I agree. I think Garlic's the most fun to play with. Like it's the most. It's the most
love
like
Phil Fart with all that stuff. It's like I'm going to set my wallpaper.
Yeah.
I'm going to set up my retro achievement connection, and I'm going to.
Yeah, but with that game, with that one, it's just like, hey, do I want to have a bunch of goofy looking icons? Let's go. It just feels like it's built for it. I love it. And then the other one I like. It's a little more boring, but it's. Let's see. Do I have it on this?
Man, I get in there and I'm like doing it's like, I want the exact aspect ratio stuff for every specific game, and I get in there and I want to add scan lines here, or I want to add dot matrix on this game, and I just fiddle fart around so much, and that becomes the game.
That becomes that kind of becomes a game that's not great. But I can't remember the name of this OS. I'll try to fire this up so people can see it. That took me a while to get configured, but I really like it, and I haven't updated it, so maybe there's a better version now. Oh no, this one is Garlic. Never mind, I have Garlic on here.
You get Garlic on me.
Garlic rules. It's Garlic's very good. Cool.
Yeah.
I like that one a lot.
I got mad respect for the guys who work on that stuff, but man,
I'll tell you what I don't like: the OSs they come default with. Those can eat a poo. I hate those.
They've gotten better over time. The first ones were really bad, but they've gotten better over time. As a matter of fact, they've gotten just good enough or not so crappy that I'm like, do I really want to do I really want to go get the latest version of this and that and configure it? And I'm like, I just want to play Scooby-Doo.
What do I really want to do? I want to play Scooby-Doo.
I just want to play some Scooby-Doo.
Actually, I just kind of want to play my GBA game favorites. I just don't. I don't know what happened with the GBA, but it really knew my number, man.
Yeah.
Just really got me.
I think that's the other thing that frustrates me too is I'm such a tinker and fiddler spy.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do
Tinker,
all this, but
Tinker,
anyway,
Tiddler, Spy.
Tiddler spy. But I think I love pushing technology. I love pushing hardware to its limit to the point that I won't give up on something, and I'll just spend so much time when the honest truth is it's just probably not optimal to play it on certain things. And it's just like, why do I keep trying to make this particular Ambernick try to do, N64 or something? I'm like,
I do that.
Stop.
Yeah.
I'm like, just stop. Just let it go, man.
It's like trying to force these things into doing stuff they're not meant to do.
Yeah, you got an N64 right over there. Just hook it up. Just stop it.
I don't like when I know it's like I'm like playing in a Android interface. I don't like that.
Yeah.
Because that just feels hacky to me. That's why I like Garlic. It feels like it came with it, even though it didn't.
Yeah.
But it's like booted up to this video game ass screen and go instead of, this looks like Android. Here's Android Play. Can I set up Gmail in here? That's boring as shit.
I don't like it. They still haven't figured it out. Even in my most recent Ambernick device, which is one of the nicer big ones, $250, kind of like a Steam Deck, kind of like competitor type of game. I can't remember the number on it, but it's really nice. I love it. But it does boot into Android, and then it automatically launches their emulation station kind of launcher, which makes it look really smooth. But there's lots of times when it doesn't quite make it there, and I end up having to look at Android, or it's like going, hey, you need to upgrade to Android, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I don't want to do none of this.
Yeah.
I just want to turn it on.
I found it. It's the RG477M. That's the big beast. That's $300. You don't get that.
That 4.7, that 4.7 is that's the screen size, right? Is that 4.7 inch or whatever? So that's how that number.
That's how they do their. Yeah, they like
Yeah.
to do their thing. Special shout out though to the H. I like the 40XX and the 40 being 4 inches, right? I guess that's 4 inches.
Yeah.
This is a really good one too. I like this one a lot. And if you want one with the sticks, I think this is maybe your best choice. It's got a great square screen.
The sticks aren't great.
They're not amazing, but I don't hardly use them. I use this mostly for 16-bit shit,
But you know what? The N64 stick wasn't great either, so.
No, it wasn't.
So, I mean, does it?
It was not good. You are correct about that. All right. Well, my wife's bringing me something. What is that, babe?
Oh.
Is that steak? No, that's pork.
Oh,
Look at the service.
Steak?
The service in this place is impeccable.
The service is amazing, man. You need to tip your waitress.
I know. She's getting a big
and
tip
I need not
later.
call her that because she'll come and punch me.
Yeah, it sounded dirty. Yeah, hey now.
Hey now.
All right. Hey, guess what? We got good news for you, y'all. Next week, we're going to be covering Jagged Alliance or Max Payne. We got to make a decision. You want to do Max Payne?
Yeah. No, you said let's do Max Payne. I don't know why I still left. That's because I posted it in the Discord, but I didn't change it in the notes. We were looking at either Jagged Alliance or Max Payne, but Scott said, I actually was also looking at Carmen Sandiego. But, those are all upcoming shows.
Well, we don't know where in the world she is.
We couldn't find her, so we had to say, I don't know. Let's play Max Payne, which is what I've been wanting to play since we did the movie with Mark Wahlberger.
Yeah.
On the Film Sack.
We did that on the Film Sack, and it's a favorite of mine, the game, and I loved it at the time. I had to buy a new CPU for it. I think there's
story of Scott's life.
Yeah, definitely. It feels like it's a story of my life. But anyway, Max Payne next week, the OG, the original bullet time shooter.
Bullet, that's right. The original slow down.
Yep. Nobody was doing it yet. Well, I guess. I mean, it was.
They were doing it, but
was it riffing on? The Matrix.
Yeah,
right?
Matrix. Yeah. But it was the one that did it most successfully.
Who was first, Matrix or this? Was the Matrix?
Yeah. Do you
first?
remember the little Matrix game? Do you remember that thing? Do you remember the terrible?
I don't remember
terrible...
the game. I just mean the movie. Did the movie come out before this game?
I would. Yeah, I think. Let me make sure of that. I'm pretty sure. I feel confident that it did. Stalling 4 times. Yeah, absolutely, because this was 2001. Matrix definitely came out for 2001, right?
Yeah, you're right. So Matrix was March 99.
Yeah.
2 years later.
Not by much.
2 years later, you got Max Payne, 2001. So there you go.
In that Matrix game, do you remember that at all? Come on, we should play that just.
I think it was
for,
poo. If I remember.
Yeah, it was.
Poo.
That's what was so great. Was it the second? Which one was it? One of them really sucked. One of them sucked more than the others.
I mean, there was
one of
the
these
MMO.
Matrix games sucked. One of the others.
So I saw the.
That's all right.
I played the MMO for a hot minute. That wasn't very good either. That was kind of bad. It had potential, but it wasn't good. I watched one of those videos where a guy stayed up all night for the servers to go down in that game, and just like there was a big party in the world. That's a fun thing when MMOs shut down. Yeah.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, connection lost. You're out of here.
Oh.
Yeah. Never to be logged in again.
Never be logged again.
Well, there you go. That'll be next week here on Play Retro, which will also be on Wednesday next week. We've just got a lot of schedule stuff right now going on. So plan on Wednesday, just like we're doing tonight, for next week's show. It's up on the schedule and all that stuff. So if you have any questions about it, just let us know. Find everything you need at the website, frogpants.com/Play Retro, and support us on Patreon like 2 new patrons. Greepy.
Oh, Greepy with a G.
Yep. And a guy named Hogan the Loved.
We do love the Hogan the Loved.
Yeah, that's a cool name. These two just joined us. They're going to get no commercials ever. They're going to get pre-show content every week and other cool benefits. So please be like them and support the show at your leisure. That is going to do it for us. Brian, is there anything you'd like to add before we get the F out?
I'm going to go check on my Bungie.
Oh, do, because your Bungie itches.
Yeah.
That's it, everybody. Go check your Bungies, play something retro, and we'll see you next week.
This show is part of the Frog Pants Network. Yes. Get more at frogpants.com.
Boo.